Good morning and Happy New Year. You are listening to Sips, a Lucha Bardo lifestyle podcast. Happy New Year. Happy 2026. You are listening to Texas Rose and
Lucretia.
We are coming to you on January 4th. And yeah, it is a new year, a new us. We are going to podcast more. We're going to be crazier more. What else are we going to do more, Ma?
We'll talk a lot.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know if you guys are ready for us to talk a lot more, but yeah, we could swing that too. We could definitely swing that. So I am husband free for a week and a half.
Yeah, just about.
What are we going to do? I could get a boob job. I could get Botox. I could get, what else can I do? I could do all of that.
Well, I don't need any of that.
I could do all of that if I had the money, Ma. If I had the money.
Well, maybe we could rob a bank.
Well, we can't now because you just put that out on the live, on the stream, whatever the heck this is. But we can get me tattooed with your mom tattoos.
Oh, that's right. I love that tattoo.
The two of them or just the one of them?
What, the two tattoos?
Yeah, you told me you wanted me to get the two tattoos to make it extra mom.
Okay, that's, I like attention.
So the one I have lots of tattoos. I've wanted tattoos. This isn't even on our agenda for today. I've wanted tattoos since I was 3 years old when I encountered our next door neighbor's one son who I just was infatuated with. At 3 years old, I thought he was the coolest person in the world. Motorcycle, Harley Davidson. I used to call him Prince Charming.
And he loved it.
Yeah, and he had a rose tattoo right on his pectoral muscle over his heart. And I think that's why I loved him even more. But I think I'm up to 18 tattoos, and I am working on a half sleeve. And I had an idea for what my half sleeve would be, but then we encountered mother and daughter tattoos on the TikTok. Yes, the TikTok. And I had mom I told her pick a tattoo, but no, she picks two. So what's the one tattoo of, Ma?
One tattoo will be of my thumb and her thumb.
Making a heart.
Making a heart.
It's our thumbprints.
And the other one will be a mother elephant with her baby elephant and her auntie elephant. Because in the elephant life, the mother elephant always picks an auntie. I usually say auntie, but I'm trying to sound educated. And that's how they raise the baby elephant. And I've always loved elephants. Everybody in my family loved elephants. And when I saw that tattoo, I said, that represents me, my baby, Rose, and my sister, Ida. May she rest in peace in heaven. I know she's looking after us.
Yeah.
And she's laughing like heck out of this podcast saying, I'm glad I'm not there and getting involved with them again.
But she would be drinking with us.
That's right.
And she wasn't a big drinker, but she would throw down. She would drink. When I was...
It was an occasion.
Yeah. She was also an enabler because back in my wild days, she got me into a little trouble. But anyway, the husband is away on business. It's just us and the dogs. We have no distractions. We have our cue cards.
Our cheat sheet.
And we're drinking. What
are we drinking today?
It was a concoction I made just because we had shit in the liquor cabinet. And I was like, ooh, so... Shit, I forgot Jimmy and I named this. Oh, so I'm calling it Sunday Sanctuary. It's not bad. It smells strong. We're drinking it neat. I don't know how it would taste if it was on the rocks. But it is vanilla vodka, amaretto, and a splash of grenadine. Oh, and Rebecca Creek whiskey. So my recipe for the liquor, if anybody wants to follow along, is a 1/4 cup amaretto, a 1/4 cup of the, no sir, a 1/4 cup of the vanilla vodka. And then, yeah, the Rebecca Creek that I had left was actually a 1/4 cup. So a quarter. Mix it together, split it between 2 glasses. That way you don't get totally jacked up. And a splash of grenadine. That was my dog going out, my one dog going out. Apparently he's on his way to try to find a Sunday sanctuary. The reason why I'm not so crazy about it is because the amaretto that we used was probably 70 years old.
No, it's not 70 years old. I was around when it was first made.
Okay,
I was in Aruba.
50 years old?
Yeah, maybe 50.
And I think it went a little wonky, but mixed all together, it's not bad. So if you're going to make this cocktail, just make sure your amaretto is fresh. Last night, now, obviously we live in Texas with my nickname, Texas Rose. And if you want to really follow along in my wild, crazy life, you could find me on Instagram as Texas Rose 76. No, that's TikTok. I'm Texas Rose 76. And I'm on Instagram. I don't Instagram a lot, but I am on Instagram. I'm on Facebook, which I am not giving my personal Facebook information out, but the podcast has its own Facebook page. I'm working on it. It's not great, but we're working on our Facebook page, and we are also on YouTube, which we haven't done a video pod in a while, so we're going to have to do another video pod.
Right, because we did get messages that people enjoyed it.
Yeah. But so again, going back to living in Texas, we wound up last night a couple that we are friendly with had opened up a German restaurant in Smiley, Texas. Yes, and I bet the people who live in Smiley are very smiley.
Yes, I would imagine.
The name of the restaurant is called Oma Schnitzel Ranch. And the address, if anybody does want to visit it, is 207 Highway 87 in Smiley, Texas. And we went last night. They are open on the weekends. I think Fridays and Saturdays, I think they're open. But they have their own Facebook page. You could Google Oma Schnitzel Ranch. And they do suggest making reservations because they are a small family-owned operation. And if they sell out, they sell out. So they do recommend making reservations. And it was a delightful treat. I knew we would have good German food because she had given us a sample about a year ago when we were trying to get them into a different location. But Oma Schnitzel Ranch, they did completely on their own. We have no affiliation with them. We're not paid to give them this endorsement. But I was just blown away.
I was too. The food was excellent. We had tasted some of her baking at one time, some cookies and things she would bring us, and when they were living out by us. And they're a wonderful couple. And we got there just as they were closing up, in fact. But they said, "Oh, no, we're not closing up for you." And right away, he ran into the kitchen to start cooking. Mm-hmm. And she sat with us while we were reminiscing. And we had a lovely time. And the food was absolutely delicious, all homemade. And I have
it written down. Are you going to say it? You think you could say it?
The Hasashim ravioli.
Actually, looking at it, because I found their menu online. Because last night I'm like, how the hell do you say it? But looking at it written in here, and I'll probably butcher it too. I was saying it earlier. I think it's Maltashen. 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 And it is the couple who own the restaurant. Their names are Lisa and Husto. And Lisa is German. She was so cute in her drindle yesterday.
Yes.
Oh, I loved that drindle. The Maltaschen is actually from the region of Germany that her family is from. And I had the Jaeger Schnitzel, which is just my go-to. I was gonna have the
That's I'm having next.
yeah. I was gonna go with the Rouladen, but when she said Jaeger Schnitzel, I just went with my go-to.
And they were absolutely delicious.
Yes. In fact, when we go back, I think I'm gonna do that one schnitzel. I forget what the name of it was, but I've never had it. If she's got that on the menu and it's in stock, I'll have that. If not, I'm gonna order the Maltaschen. Maltaschen.
Ravioli. And the ravioli was stuffed with different herbs and all,
Different meats.
meats. And it was absolutely scrumptious.
It was huge. You got 3 huge raviolis, because that's what they said. It's a German ravioli. And I'm holding my fingers out, but I would say probably each ravioli was probably about 6 inches
Yeah.
long. And it's boiled, and then they saute it quick like you would a pierogi. And it was delicious. You had green beans and the German potato salad as a
Yes.
side.
Oh, the German potato salad is delicious.
I had the red cabbage and the German potato salad. And the red cabbage was scrumptious. It was not over vinegary. You could tell that it was from scratch. It was from scratch and not from the jar. And it's so funny because there used to be another German restaurant in New Braunfels that we used to go to, and we had become friends with the owners there. They had sold the restaurant, but however they made their their red cabbage, I miss those flavors because, and I don't know what she put in it, but to me it was like almost braised. And there was like cinnamon or cardamom.
Yeah.
That red cabbage like is my mega red cabbage. So whenever we go to a German restaurant and I eat the red cabbage, I'm like, oh, it's going to taste like that, and it doesn't. But I compare it, and at Oma Schnitzel Ranch, the red cabbage had their own flavor. Like it did not taste like what I was just describing. But I was so greedy with it, I didn't even let my mom have any.
Sure, she let me taste the potatoes, which I had also in my dish.
How were the green beans? Because you didn't show your green beans.
Oh, no. Oh, I love green beans.
So what did they taste like? Describe the green beans.
Well, they were cut very thinly, and they were sautéed. Had a delicious flavor. I can't explain it. I just ate them all up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I get yelled at because I did not share my red cabbage. So yeah, if you are visiting Texas or if you live in Texas, even if you don't live near Smiley, like it took us about a half hour from where we live. It took us about the half hour to ride out there. It is well worth the visit. They were telling us that they get customers from Killeen, Texas, which is 3 to 4 hours away from where this restaurant is. They get people who travel to them, and like I said, we're not getting paid to endorse this restaurant, but I cannot wait to go back.
Right. And with that, I think we should toast them.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Definite cheers. What'd you say?
I said, this is kind of delicious.
Ooh, I will take that. All right. Even with 90-year-old amaretto.
Yeah. And I'm not particularly an amaretto fan.
All right. Should we move on to our next adventure, Mom?
Sure.
All right. So.
Is it what it says on this card?
Oh, it is what it says on this card. I think, so I'm going to digress. And Mom's going to be like, oh, when you were 2, you used to write books. But I've always loved to write. I loved creative writing, and I always say, oh, I'm going to write. And over the years, I would start stories written down, and I think, like, when I went through my vampire phase, it was vampire things. And then when I went through my Irish phase, it was...
And I saved all of those, and I have them when I unpack some of my stuff.
I know. And I haven't written. I have to get back to it because I started writing a book, and I won't lie, I like reading raunchy stuff, and I want my books to have good, sexy, not raunchy, but like good sex scenes, right? Or love scenes or whatever. So I've been writing, and I fell off the wagon with that. But I think what I'm going to do is, aside from the book that I'm currently working on, I think I'm going to start a second book called My Mother Tried to Kill Me. And I am going to document every time that you attempt to kill me, and they will be little synopsises or anecdotes of those experiences. So, what do you think, Mom? And why do you attempt to kill me?
It's an accident. I do not. I want this to go on the record.
Uh-huh.
If she's found beat up or anything, I didn't do it. I was innocent.
Or missing.
Or missing. I have a good alibi. The dogs. They'll defend me.
Oh, they would defend her.
Because I give them snacks on the sneak.
Oh, not so much on the sneak. So, hashtag true story. This morning, my mom, Lucretia, attempted to murder me once again. And I'm reading this verbatim as how it actually went down and how I made my personal Facebook status. So, hashtag true story. This morning, my mother, Lucretia, attempted to murder me once again. She, quote unquote, dropped 3 of her expensive medications under the dining room table. Pepper, our dog, was about to help herself to these dangerous to Pepper medications. Being the wonderful daughter that I am, I ducked under the table, the dining room table, that is held together with a lick and a promise. And I'm going to explain that, being that several years ago, the leg on the dining room table broke, and it's not iron, so you can't solder it back together, and it's not tin that you could solder it back together. It's some kind of cheap, crappy metal that Rooms to Go
Bye-bye.
used. So my husband, who was in the military at the time, came up with the fantabulous idea of zip tying the table together. I think paracord was paracord, P-A-R-A, cord was also used to hold the table together. But no, our table is actually held together with zip ties. And it shakes if you wiggle it hard enough. So I ducked under the table that is held together with a lick and a promise while sitting on my chair. I reached one pill, and I get it in my hand. The second pill was further away, meaning it was across from me near my mom's leg. I had to shift from sitting and bending under the table to laying across the seat, and I reached for the pill. You're laughing! My boob my right boob to be exact, got stuck on the seat of the chair and I couldn't reach. And as I'm reaching, my boob is scuffing, like my underboob is scuffing along the seat of the chair. I screamed in pain. My mother laughed as she's laughing right now. And Pepper just licked her chops looking at the pill, thinking, ooh, if I eat it, what kind of hallucinations can I have? I contorted my body into a shape that I don't even know what it would be called. Like, it wasn't pretzel shaped. It wasn't a circle. I don't know what shape I would be in. I got more stuck under the table, and I'm screaming, I'm stuck, and then I almost fell off the chair. Lucretia, my wonderful mother, who is giggling like I don't know what, shuffles over to me and just stands there and stares at me. Possibly to push me off the chair. I don't know. Were you planning on pushing me off the chair?
Well, I was planning on figuring out how I was going to get you off that chair.
Oh my God, this dude, like, I'm not answering you. A friend of mine PMs me on Facebook just as we're about to do this podcast. And I message him back, I'm about to do a podcast. Thinking, okay, don't let's not interrupt. You know, he's been messaging me. He just messaged me again. I am not answering him right now. All right, so back to the anecdote of where I almost died. So now I am stuck in a shape that I do not know what I'd be called, upside down. Lucretia's standing next to my chair just looking at me like...
Well, I was trying to find out how I could grab her.
Grab my ass, lady! Grab the back of my pants! Grab the back of my shirt! Grab my leg that's up in the air!
Well, I didn't have my glasses on.
Oh my God. But if it was Tyler, you'd grab him.
Yes, I would.
Okay. So, now I have 2 pills in my hand, but there's yet one more on the floor.
And Pepper was ready.
And Pepper was ready to snap that up. I'm like, don't do it. Do not do it. So, I had to reach for pill number 3. And at this point, the blood was rushing to my head and I was dizzy. I told Mom, hold my ass. She did not. You birthed me. Why could you not grab my ass? It's not sexual assault. You could touch me anytime you want.
Well, I don't know. I think I was in shock.
So as she did not grab my ass, I grab pill number 3. I try to uncontort my body out of this shape that I'm in. And all I'm thinking is, I'm going to fall off the chair. Like, I'm going to fall off the chair, fuck up my knee even more than it's already fucked up, or hit my head, or there goes the table, because I'll take the table down with me because of the zip ties will finally snap. I grab, Mom's not grabbing my ass. I grab pill number 3 and try to uncontort myself. And while I'm uncontorting myself, people, I bunk my head on the bottom of the table. And if that's not bad enough, my poor boob that was boob scuffed earlier in the story gets boob scuffed again across the chair. I scream once again. So now I'm teetering on this chair in a precarious position and shape, and I'm saying to Mom, save me. And she's like, I don't know what to do. Call 911. Call Jimmy, who's in
what is it with an O?
No, he's not there. He's not there.
Oh.
It's where the weed is. Colorado.
Colorado, that's what I meant. There's an O in Colorado.
I think there might be 2. Have another drink. So who do you call? What do you do? Call for help. Call my twinsy. We will not say his name, but he's known as Twinsy. Call my girl, my bestie from another testy, Kim. She's only 44 minutes away. So, being smart, I had to roll my body onto my stomach, which was quite precarious, and then I slowly get up to a normal sitting position.
You could hear people on the podcast?
No, that's Tony barking. That's Tony laughing. That's Tony barking in the yard, harassing our neighbors. My mom laughed and shuffled back to my chair. Did not even check to see, like, how's your head? Do you have a concussion? Is your knee not dislocated? So if I go missing, please know it's probably Ma's fault. And if anybody out there in the podcast universe wants her to go visit for a few days, you are more than welcome to have her. It will be lovely. It'll be an adventure. You will not know what's going to happen next.
And you'd make the next podcast.
Yes. We should rent you out. And then you have an experience with the people. And then we bring the people on and they have to tell us what happened while you were there.
That's good. Good idea. Can we get more time?
We could make it a Netflix series, and we could ask Charlie Hunnam to be in it.
Oh, okay.
We're
not going to see him. So.
No, we could have Charlie Hunnam play Jimmy. Oh, that would be good. And then I would have to be myself. I would have to be cast as myself in the show, because who could play me?
That's right.
There might be kissing and gratuitous love scenes. Yeah. Or we could cast Tommy Flanagan as your love interest.
I can't even remember who it is.
Chibs, Mom, Chibs.
I don't remember who Chibs was.
He's fucking sexy as a silver fox can get. Oh my God.
He's old?
He's only 10 years older than me. You know, I'm poking you. I am poking you. Oh my God. Yes. Poor Tommy Flanagan. He's probably running. That's why he lives in Scotland now. Yep. Lives in Scotland.
Well, we're going to see some of these people in, 2 weeks? Approximately 2 weeks.
A week and a half. We should buy more photo ops. We will. We are actually, yeah, that's a good topic to bring up at this point. We will be going to Albuquerque, New Mexico for Albuquerque's Comic-Con, which is known as Outlaw Con. And we will be seeing a lot of, it's going to be huge. I mean, their roster of talent is tremendous. I can't even fathom what this Comic-Con is going to be like. But we are doing what we do best, and we are going to go visit the Sons of Anarchy actors who have done so many other projects since Sons. But we're going to see our friend Theo Rossi. We're going to see my friend, who I'm hoping will become my BFF, Dave LaBrava. We're going to have photos with Ron Perlman, which the first time I ever saw Ron Perlman, and I think was the first time you ever encountered Ron Perlman as an actor, not as a person, was back in the early 80s as Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. And the thing I remember the most is that he lived in the subway. There was a secret passage where he was hiding out.
The thing I remember most was his name was Vincent on the show. And the man who had found him and raised him as his son in the subways named him Vincent because he was, don't quote me, I think he was born at St. Vincent's Hospital, or the man found him outside of St. Vincent's Hospital in New York City. And why that resonated with me so much as a young child, and I think why I remember the show is when I was a child, we had to go to St. Vincent's Hospital in New York City
For a special pediatric doctor.
and I like that was holy fucking shit, Mom. Holy fucking shit.
What?
No, I'm being serious. Remember a couple of months ago when I said about Texas and the whole full circle and
Yes.
whatnot? Full circle serendipity with Ron Perlman.
See that?
Agree or disagree?
I agree. I believe in these circles.
So, and when we meet him, I'm going to tell him all this. And he might think I'm crazy, but I think when I was a child, I manifested, or growing up, I manifested without realizing I was manifesting everything. Should we rehash what I was talking about? Or what we're talking about?
Or you can, if you want to.
So, being a child born in the 70s, 76 to be exact.
With short mother and father.
What did you just say, with a short mother and father?
Yeah.
What's that have to do with?
I just threw that in for color.
Oh, okay. But being raised by a single mother and her brother and her sister, who were my godparents, you guys were into the Edgar Casey movement, and I was a kid, and I remember meditating with you guys. Didn't know what the heck, like, why we were meditating, but we were meditating. And you raised me to believe in so much in this world, the possibility of the afterlife coming to visit you, spirit, I should say, the spirit coming to visit you, which spirit has. My mom is an empath and she is a sensitive. I am an empath and I am a sensitive. But I always resonated to the 1800s and the Midwest. And like Billy the Kid was one of my favorite people in history. And ironically, Billy the Kid, William Bonney, was from Brooklyn, New York, which we're from Brooklyn, New York. I love Doc Holliday. I love Wyatt. Like that is my whole whatever. And when I was in my 20s, I came out to Texas, did a girls' weekend, fell in love with Texas, fell in love with the energy, cried my eyes out getting on the plane. I did not want to go back to New York. And I had no reason, no job to stay in Texas, but I knew I wanted to live in Texas. Fast forward to 2014, my husband gets orders to Fort Hood, Texas, and here we are living in Texas, and we never left Texas, even after he got out of the military. And I taught manifestation, like I wanted to live in Texas. Where did I wind up? Jimmy got us into watching Sons of Anarchy, and as a spoof, September of 2025, Theo Rossi was doing a Comic-Con in Arkansas. And you and I go up to Arkansas to this Comic-Con, and we had a blast. You were the grande dame of the fucking Comic-Con. People were taking pictures with you, loving you, asking if you're having a good time. Never mind, like, fuck me. Like, who cares that I'm pushing you around in your wheelchair because you don't do long distance walking. But we met Theo Rossi, and Theo Rossi from our area in Brooklyn, same demographic as us, and we hit it off with him. And like, who knows, where that connection is going to go, if we're going to stay friends or if it's just going to be a fleeting whatever. But he is vegan, and I've never really thought about vegetarianism or veganism. And actually, this could go into our next topic, New Year's resolutions. And I don't care, like, you want to eat meat, you eat meat. You want to be a vegetarian, you be a vegetarian. You want to be vegan, be vegan. Like I don't care. I never thought about it. But I always had said that I was borderline vegetarian because, yes, I do. I will not dispute. I do love myself a good New York strip or a nice, was it the Delmonico's you and I used to split?
Yes.
A nice melt, like I do like myself a nice juicy red steak. And not that Theo Rossi preached about his dietary whatever.
No, and just in conversation, he was telling us about it.
And I got to thinking, and I said, I always said I'm a borderline vegetarian because I don't eat, like I'm fine without eating protein, being chicken. I'm not a big fish eater, but pork, chicken, beef. I love vegetables. And I said, you know what? I think I want to go vegetarian. And you are not a big meat eater.
I never was.
And you said that you would be okay going vegetarian. And I actually, so again, manifestation and whatnot, because now I'm on this kick, and we've not started it yet, but because I'm trying to weed the meat out of our house. But I'm going to attempt to go vegetarian or vegan. And I've already started eating vegan butter, vegan ice cream, vegan cheese. I've
Sneaked it in.
Sneaked
I
it
didn't
in.
know till 3 weeks after I ate it. That's when she confessed.
But what did you think? Like you had no clue that
I
it
had
was...
no clue that it wasn't the regular stuff.
So I think it's going to be easy for me/us to go into that. But again, going back to manifestation. So I manifested Texas. Because I loved Sun so much. Manifested meeting Theo. Manifested this whole, like, whatever that is. And then being a huge Suns fan, I started on Instagram loosely talking with another actor on the show. I don't want to say their name yet, but we have personally communicated, nothing raunchy, nothing like that. Considered buying one of his motorcycles off of him, and he's a vegetarian. And I guess we should say his name because New Year's resolutions, that's one of the topics. So I think, real quick before we go into New Year's resolutions, I think I maybe manifested a relationship, a connection with this guy, and maybe he'll help me along my journey of whatever my journey is. And then just talking about Ron Perlman and that whole thing. So I think from when I was a kid, I manifested all this.
Right.
Just say right, Ma. What do you think?
Well, because you were raised, when you were born, I said, I wanted you to have the best of the three of us.
The three of us being her, my Aunt Ida, and my Uncle Frank.
And because we were very close, but we each had our own personality. And I wanted her to learn the best of all, because then that would make her more rounded. And I think we succeeded, because her 3-year-old nursery school teacher, to this day, well, now she's in a nursing
Assisted
home.
care.
Yeah. And every time she would meet me, she lived in the neighborhood, and she'd say, I can't believe when she was 3 years old and I was reading a story to the kids, and I said that was the three bears or something, that they went to sleep. And she said, they were hibernating. She said, I could have passed out. I never heard a 3-year-old come out with that. Where did she know about hibernating? But that was my brother Frank. He taught her how to read when she was 3. She was writing a book about an old person he wasn't old. He went to school with my brother Pat, my brother's. And Frank one day was telling a story about him. So she wrote a story at 3 years old, Whatever Happened to Armstead? And, we were hysterical because we knew what she was saying, but then when she was 5, when she was in regular school, they said to me she got a C or an F, whatever it was, in reading and writing. And I brought her work up to school, and I said, how could you say, well, we want her to stop that. She reads too much. How could you read too much? She was getting a full education without the school. And the school systems sometimes stink. It depends on the teachers.
You guys pretty much homeschooled me, to be honest. Like, if homeschooling was a thing back then, you guys, because, and we're getting off topic, but you guys exposed me to so much. Like, I remember, and I still love it, like, I remember going to local theater. And my favorite, it's an operetta, but I'll call it a musical. My favorite performance, and to this day, is The Pirates of Penzance. And the reason why, I mean, it's a cool story, but the reason why I fell in love with it at the age I did was the theater was a theater in the round. And as the main pirate king was singing, he ran through the audience. And as he was passing our row, his sash brushed against me. And it was just so electrifying at this age that this pirate king was running amok. And maybe that's probably why I'm amok. But there was that. And I remember going into Manhattan, and Uncle Frank would take me to the Museum of Natural History and the dinosaurs, or you would take me to the museum. And one time, because the museum is right outside Central Park, fucking Elton John, man. Fucking Elton John, who I love. And Ida and Uncle Frank took me into the city to go to the museum. And we had our little picnic sandwiches of bologna and cheese. And we couldn't find parking. And Ida and Frank were like, the garages were filled, the street parking was filled. And I'm talking about Elton John because he was doing a concert in Central Park and everyone and their grandfather was there. So we couldn't go to the museum because there was no parking. Ida finally found her, like, a little spot that you could only park for an hour. So we get out of this beautiful aqua blue Firebird with white leather interior seating. We park on the street. We're eating our bologna sandwiches, and a fucking bumblebee is buzzing my head, and I'm freaking out. And I jump in the car, and Ida and Frank are like, "If you hear a bird singing, you're safe. When you don't hear the bird singing, it's when the bumblebee." I don't know why they came up with this theory. So I get out of the car, and I'm eating my sandwich. And bzzz. I'm so glad, Mom. I'm so glad. Like, I need a therapist. Does anybody have a therapist that they could refer me to? Because, oh my God, trauma, right? I wind up, I shit you not, I fling my bologna and cheese sandwich at the bumblebee because I'm like, you know what, motherfucker, you want to get me a sandwich? Just take the sandwich and leave me alone. And I had nothing to eat because I threw my sandwich. And Frank and Ida had eaten their sandwich and there was no more sandwiches. So they're like, oh, well, now you got to wait till we get home.
Oh,
No, that is true. That is true, Mom.
He would have busted down a building to get you something to eat.
Because they were upset that I threw my sandwich at the bumblebee. So it's like, oh, well, you threw your sandwich at a bumblebee and you lost it. But there were museums and there was live theater and there was, when I had school projects, the extent that Frank did with me, and it was so much. So yeah, like, you guys homeschooled me, and the school district that I went to did fucking suck. It did. There were some good teachers in the school district, but the district itself was ridiculous. But again, we digressed. We talked about full circle, and I don't know, and you and I were talking about a situation yesterday, and I said, I'm on a higher vibration, and I really feel at this point that I am on a higher vibration than that situation, and I don't care about those people. And like, you and Jimmy get so upset with something that had happened with those people. I don't care.
Well, it wasn't the truth.
It was not the truth.
And that's what pissed me off.
Oh, Mom said pissed.
And I want that rectified. I even told this person, I will never forgive you till you take out an ad in a newspaper with the truth.
All right, well, Mom, we're sitting at 45 minutes, so we only have 15 minutes. But New Year's resolutions. So my New Year's not that it's a resolution. 2025 was a year of me getting back to me and getting, I don't want to say self-confidence back, but just feeling better about myself and doing some treatments that helped me build my self-confidence, and I love them. Oh my God, I'm going back for the forehead. I love the forehead. I love the other thing. So 2026, my New Year's resolution, it's not a resolution because you could break your resolutions, but what my plan for 2026 is to continue from 2025, improving my health, improving my body, becoming a vegetarian / vegan. We already have two cookbooks, which even if you didn't want to go vegan or vegetarian, there are recipes in there that
Sound
delicious. A Baja style cauliflower taco, roasted poblano and white bean chili, chicken noodle soup, which I don't know how you can make vegan chicken noodle soup. What else is there? There is sesame soba noodles with white snow peas, radishes, and Mom's arch nemesis, cilantro. I love cilantro. Mom is not a fan of cilantro. There is an antipasti salad. There is creamy bean sauce. 30-minute pasta dishes. Chickpea and sweet potato curry.
I like all of those items.
Yeah, like even if this was not my plan, I would make that for you and I, like so easy. And then my other goal for 2026 was 2024. I did the Kindle book challenge, and you could set how many books you want to read. And I had set myself in 2024 for 75 books, and I didn't make it for the year. I made it to 55. So last year in 2025, Jimmy said, because I'm like, I don't know what to set my quota at. He says, set it at 55 because that's what you had reached the year prior. No. So I set my quota at 55, my goal at 55. And you know how many books I read in 2025?
How many?
9. 9. So this year for 2026, I'm setting my goal. My goal is to read 55 books throughout the year. And I actually started, and we will do a review on the book, but I have started the book Becoming a Son, My Journey from the Street to the Screen by David LaBrava. It's an autobiography. What I will say now is that it is written very easily. It's not a very wordy book. And I feel, and when we meet Dave LaBrava, I want to ask him if it was just like word vomit, like, oh, let me just spill out whatever's in my head, because that's the way it's written so easily, I feel like that's how he wrote it. And I'm enjoying it. I did not read last night. I was a bad person, but I am enjoying it thus far. So that's not my resolution, but my goals. Do you have any resolutions or goals for 2026?
I don't know, because I am very open to different things and trying different readings, and I don't get around by myself too often because I don't drive anymore. So, but I do like we've attended at the library here. They have a beautiful library. We went to a murder mystery, and we had so much fun and other things with at the library. I took a course on memory.
You went to memory school.
Memory school, and the things you learn that you didn't even think of. So it was really, different things. And that's what I was always in the position of I was in charge. And now I'm not in charge anymore. And I have to remember that.
You will never be in charge again.
But I've made friends, which I really enjoy, and I'm really learning the technology, because even though I ran a medical office for 40 years and even helped in surgeries. I could put together a computer in my office, but outside of my office, I didn't know anything about a computer. So, I want to do things like that. Should I say my age?
You've said it in the past. If you want to, say it now.
I'm 84 years old. I'll be 85 this year, right? Correct?
Yes, you'll be 85.
I'll be 85.
And you know what I realized the other day, and it's kind of morbid? You have outlived all your family members.
I know.
Our family members.
I thought of that.
So way to go.
Woohoo!
No, but yeah, I thought about that. We lost Grandma at a very young age. Grandpa passed in his 70s. Uncle Frank passed, he would have been 70.
He was 70 right after he passed because he wanted a birthday party, but he didn't want it. He wanted it on his birthday, and he made me promise, and which I fulfilled his promise. But who didn't want to come, didn't come.
No, but, so you've outlived our entire family.
I'm hoping to live to 100.
Oh my God. I don't know if I could handle that. I don't want you to croak, but I don't know if I can handle that.
Well, if I get married, I'm looking for a younger man to get married.
With a lot of money. With a lot of money. She's not saying that, I'm saying that. So your goals is to be more active?
Yes.
Find a husband?
Yes, to get back to the way I was.
Get more pugs, because pugs are so common and dude, if you want to get a pug, they are not lumps of nothingness. I went with the pug species because I thought they were lazy and didn't want to do anything, and not that I'm like that completely, but I'm like, all right, like low energy dogs, like no worries.
Did you learn?
Oh, did I learn? But I want a third. I want to grumble. So fucking bad. Should I manifest a grumble?
Yeah.
We should manifest a grumble. Actually, I'm working on manifesting our new house, our permanent house. That's what I'm working on. Well, that and Tommy Flanagan. Oh my God. Joke, not joke, but I would like to meet Tommy Flanagan and I would like to meet Charlie Hunnam. I will not touch the no spots. I will be on my best behavior, but
He was excellent in that, what was the name of it?
Monster, the Ed Gein story.
Oh, my God.
And it was so funny. I just sent Jimmy a reel this morning of Charlie, and because he's been absent from the screen for quite a while.
Yeah.
But he's back. He did Ed Gein. He's going to be in the next serial killer monster series,
Oh, my
which is Lizzie Borden. He plays Lizzie Borden's dad, Mr. Borden. But he's going to be in that, and then he's got another part. So he's back on the screen. But another energy that I feel is calling to me, and not because of the celebrityhood or the handsomeness. I don't want to say sexuality, but like the aesthetics. I don't know. I just feel like that's
What will be, will be. And that's true. My mother taught me that when I was a little girl. And she said, when something needs to be done, just do it.
get her done.
Get it done.
Neighbors. All right, so we're getting off that. Neighbors. Fucking neighbors. Who hates their neighbors? Who likes their neighbors? So real quick, because we got 6 minutes left. When we moved into this duplex, we had a family who was our wallmate. They were lovely. Had kids, never heard anything. It was spectacular. They lived next to us for a year and moved on. Then we had the college kids. Jimmy and I thought, go Pep. Jimmy and I thought that it was going to be Party Palooza and kids gone wild.
They were wonderful.
For 2 years, they lived next door to us. You never heard a peep out of them unless it was softball season or baseball season, and you would hear them whoop through the walls. Then they graduated and moved on in their lives. Fucking smart kids. So,
And we missed them because they were always there if we needed help.
yes, they even cat sat for us once.
What?
They even cat sat for us once.
That's right.
So then the unit next to us sat vacant for a while, quite a while. But towards the end of 2025, people started coming to look at it, and I would step outside of my house and be like, dude, it's haunted. Dude, you don't want to live there. Like, there's ghosts in there. Dude, like, there was crime scene tape, whatever. What do we have? Neighbors. Okay, fine. It was inevitable. I even moved the for rent sign on a mission so people wouldn't go. But apparently it was rented. What do we get? Yesterday, Mom and I go out to go to dinner. I had my trash can in the street, which trash doesn't get picked up until Monday. But I was like, let me move my trash can. Why can't I move my trash can, right? Our fucking neighbors, company or them, moved our trash can from the street and put it on the sidewalk because they wanted to park there. I will.
And the trash people will not pick up from on the street.
The sidewalk.
Sidewalk.
Don't touch what doesn't belong to you. And Jimmy's like, well, technically the garbage pail doesn't belong to us. I don't care. It is my garbage pail. I put it in the street. People in our neighborhood leave their garbage pails all pell-mell all over the place for days. They don't fucking touch my garbage pail if it's in the street, in my garbage pail spot, because I will make you sorry. I will
move your garbage pail.
Yeah, I'll move your garbage pail, motherfucker. I will put it back. I will wait until Monday when you are at work. I will take your garbage pail and put it back on the side of your house with all your fucking garbage in it. That's where I'm at my point in my life. Mom, you're laughing.
I am. Because I know you will. Because you learned that from Ida.
I did. Ida was a big influence in my life. Ida got me into a bar fight once. And lastly, the movie Anaconda, Jack Black, Paul Rudd, Thandie Newton. We went to go see it the other day.
We laughed our heads off.
You and Jimmy laughed your heads off. I laughed. I did not. I really expected it to be like laugh from get-go to the credits. I did not laugh like that, but you and Jimmy did.
And I didn't think I was going just because they said, Dad, you want to go to the movies? And we went to the cheap night.
Yeah.
But we also saw the other movie.
We already critiqued that.
Oh, and that was fantastic. But this one, I tell you, I laughed from beginning to end. And I even knew a couple of people that I think should have been in that movie.
Yes.
It would have made it even funnier.
I think if they were cast in it, I think I would have peed my pants laughing. But we are sitting at 58 minutes and 30 seconds, so I am going to do what we do when we're signing off. I am going to tell you to like us, listen, follow. We are on Podbean. We are on Apple Podcast. We are on Spotify, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. So if you like our podcast, if you like our stories, if you like our energy, follow us, listen, share it. We will be doing lives. We will be doing video pods. I don't know what the hell they're called, but we will be doing those in the new year. And, let me go real quick to Facebook because I did put our agenda out there. We are sitting at, I don't know if we'll get to it. Why are you doing that? Hold, please. There we go. So for 2026, and it is not in this order, we will, sex therapy. Okay, there we go. In 2026, we will be doing book reviews of Murder and Mayhem in Missouri by Larry Wood, Becoming a Son by David LaBrava, Vagabond, a memoir by Tim Curry, We did Okay Kid, a memoir by Sir Anthony Hopkins. We also have Dick Van Dyke's new book, which I forgot to add that, but we have that. Cash, an autobiography by Johnny Cash. The Hearth Witch's Guide to Magic and Murder by Kiri Callahan, which is not about witchcraft. It's a fiction book. And then we will be on site at the Albuquerque Comic-Con Outlaw Icon, January 16th through the 19th. We'll do recipe reviews, and we'll do some makeup and personal care reviews as well. What do you think, Ma?
Oh, I think it's very widely spread, the different topics. And I think we're going to have fun with it. So if we have fun with it,
You're
we're
gonna have
hoping that you're going to have just as much.
And we're going to drink our way through it.
Right, and we look for suggestions also.
Yes, if you have something you want to say or add or suggest, let us know. All right, so we are just at 61 minutes. We are over time, but this is Texas Rose and
Lucretia.
signing off, saying be well, be kind to one another, offer a hug, offer a smile. They are free in this world. Kindness, spread it.
Yes, definitely.
Peace out.